What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Triplecrown. Wow, learn to speak properly. We'll try that again. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Triplecrown is back. Now, I could bore you with some long and boring sob story about how busy I've been and blah blah blah, but you guys don't deserve that kind of getting fucked around. So we'll get straight back into it with a bit of story time from Triplecrown, alright? So, as the title suggests, I now have no hair on my legs. Yes. How did this happen? Well, let's provide a bit of a backstory as to how my legs used to be, okay? Without giving too much away, I'm a blonde, alright? So my leg hair is quite fine, like not fine, fair, alright? So it's like blonde leg hair, so it's quite fair. But I've got quite hairy legs, so, well, I used to. But it didn't look super bad because, oh, fucking hell. Because my, hairs were fair. Anyway, besides the point, because, oh, hold on, let's see how I can get myself knocked over. I'll just slide in right here. So yeah, basically on Friday night, myself and a few work colleagues went to this guy's house, had a barbie and a few drinks. Everyone was getting pretty merry, and then for some reason or another we got onto the topic of leg waxing. Or not leg waxing, we weren't that specific at this stage. We were just on the topic of waxing, and me, having never waxed anything ever before in my life, didn't really have much to contribute to the conversation. So I'm just taking all these different things in, people talking about waxing and people they know that have been waxing and all the rest of it. And so I just throw into the conversation, oh, I've never done any waxing. I wouldn't have a clue about it. Now, the guy's house we were at, he went into his girlfriend's bathroom and came back out with a tub of wax and some waxing strips, and pretty much made it very clear that they weren't coming anywhere near me with that shit. So I left the house. I went outside to get away from this problem, okay? That's how much I didn't want to get waxed. And let it settle down, come back inside after a few minutes, and we're sitting on the couch and we're talking about other shit. And as we're talking about other random stuff, just bear with me 1 second. As we're talking about other random stuff, out of nowhere, this little small person that I work with comes around the side of me, spreads on a heap of wax and puts a strip on it and rubs it in. And now I'm in a bit of a predicament. So I'm sitting there thinking how to go about this, and then next minute, strip comes off and there's a fucking big old patch of hair missing out of my leg. Now, hindsight is a beautiful thing, okay? Hindsight would dictate that why wouldn't you just leave it as one patch of hair missing and let that grow back? Well, my brain wasn't thinking like that at this stage, and so I was like, well, you've done that, you might as well do the rest of it. Not really thinking about how much of a pain in the ass that was going to be, because next minute, pile on, I've got a couple of dudes sitting on top of me while the chicks are waxing my legs to shit. And they only did one leg. So, wake up the next morning and went out for breakfast and went to the movies and stuff. And I was wearing shorts. So here I am, rocking one super hairy leg, oh, blonde hairs though, so it wasn't too bad, and one completely hairless leg. So as I'm contemplating how poor my decision was to get the whole leg waxed instead of just leaving one patch, I figure, well, I can't exactly leave it like this because I've got one hairy leg and one smooth leg. So what's going to look more stupid? One hairy leg, one smooth leg, or two smooth legs? I voted for two smooth legs would be better. So I organised with another work colleague to go over to her place and to get the right leg waxed. So now I have two smooth as fuck legs. And as much as I hate to admit it, they feel damn sexy and they look fucking great. But yeah, well, that was my weekend. If any of you have got some great advice for the healing process after this tragedy, please feel free to share it, okay? Because I don't want this growing back with no prickly fucking bumpy head, infected head type shit. I want this to grow back perfect. So, if you know anything, help me out. Would be much appreciated. Also guys, if you know what I'm going through and you've had a night where you've had a few beverages and some part of you has ended up waxed, shaved, or otherwise deformed from what it normally looks like, let me know, let everyone else know, let's have a laugh and see who can come up with the weirdest story, because I'm sure there is a few out there. And if you think I'm just a whinging bitch for getting my legs waxed, well then say that as well, because you know what, you're most probably right. But yeah, otherwise we'll see what else we can find on this ride and I'll get back to you. Bye bye.